낭독을 하고 가도록 하겠습니다. 네, 읽고 있는 책은 Roald Dahl, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory 이 책입니다. 16일차 읽어보고 갈게요. That child, said Grandpa Joe, poking his head up from under the blanket one icy morning. That child has got to have more food. It doesn't matter about us. We're too old to bother with, but a growing boy. He can't go on like this. He's beginning to look like a skeleton. What can one do? Murmured Grandma Josephine miserably. He refuses to take any of ours. I hear his mother try to slip her own piece of bread onto his plate at breakfast this morning, but he wouldn't touch it. He made her take it back. He's fine, little fellow, said Grandpa George. He deserves better than this. The cruel weather went on, and every day Charlie Bucket grew thinner and thinner. His face became frighteningly white and pinched. The skin was drawn so tightly over the cheeks that you could see the shapes of the bones underneath. It seemed doubtful whether he could go on much longer like this without becoming dangerously ill. And now, very calmly, with that curious wisdom that seemed to come so often to small children in times of hardship, he began to make little changes here and there in some of the things that he did, so as to save his strength. In the mornings, he left the home 10 minutes earlier so that he could walk slowly to school without even ever having to run. He sat quietly in the classroom during break, resting himself, while the others rushed outdoors and threw snowballs and wrestled in the snow. Everything he did now, he did slowly and carefully to prevent exhaustion. Then one afternoon, walking back home with the ice wind in his face and incidentally feeling hungrier than he had ever felt before, his eye was caught suddenly by something silvery lying in the gutter in the snow. Charlie stepped off the curb and bent down to examine it. Part of it was buried under the snow, but he saw at once what it was. It was a fluffy pen's piece. Quickly he looked around him. Had someone just dropped it? No, that was impossible because of the way part of it was buried. Several people went hurrying past him on the pavement, their chins sunk deep in the collars of their coats, their feet crunching in the snow. None of them was searching for any money. None of them was taking the slightest notice of the small boy crouching in the gutter. Then was it his, this 50 pence? Could he have it? Carefully, Charlie pulled it out from under the snow. It was damp and dirty, but worthwhile, perfect. A whole 50 pence. He held it tightly between his shivering fingers, gazing down at it. It meant one thing to him at that moment, only one thing. It meant food. Automatically, Charlie turned and began moving towards the nearest shop. It was only 10 paces away. It was a newspaper and stationery shop, the kind that sells almost everything, including sweets and cigars. And what he would do, he whispered quickly to himself. He would buy one luscious bar of chocolate and eat it all up, every bit of it, right then and there, and rest of the money he would take straight back home and give it to his mother. 네, 여기까지가 16일차고요. 네. 오케이. 오늘은 여기까지 읽어보도록 하겠습니다. 많이 보고 계시네요. Thank you for watching. And I just finished reading Lord Doll Chocolate and the Charlie and Chocolate Factory, Day 16. I'm reading it every day with other people. And this is a pre-reading before we gather. Thank you. See you. 뿅.